The Commission on Presidential Debates rejecting President Trump's request for an additional earlier debate. Let's bring in Stephanie Rawlings-Blake, former Baltimore mayor and former DNC secretary. It's good to see you this afternoon. The president's argument was that because millions of these mail-in ballots are going to be going out in September, both candidates would benefit from having a head-to-head during the month of September when many votes may be cast. Is that not a valid argument?
For the commission, the commission heard his valid argument and thought differently, which I think is fair. The Trump campaign is in a downward spiral. They're seeing the numbers, they're seeing their low turnout, and he's desperate. And he's hoping that, by pushing the debate off, he might be able to gain some ground. But as you said, that's a decision for the commission.
But he didn't want to push the debate off. He wanted an extra one added, and he wanted it earlier.
Right.
Would it not benefit Joe Biden from voters seeing him going head-to-head against the president in maybe the second week of September?
Sorry, I meant he wanted to bring it forward to try to give himself a little. Sorry about that. To have it earlier to try to make up some ground. I think the voters of this country have seen enough. They've seen the way that the president has mishandled the coronavirus, and I think they know who they're going to vote for. I don't think there are many polls out there that are showing people being undecided. It's just a matter of making sure that we do everything that we can to ensure that people make it to the polls.
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of undecided voters out there. Joe Biden said something in an interview that was aired at the National Association of Black Journalists, National Association of Hispanic Journalists Convention that raised a lot of eyebrows. Let me play it for you and get your reaction to it.
Unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. You go to Florida, you find a very different attitude about immigration in certain places than you do when you're in Arizona.
Mayor Rawlings-Blake, let me get, first of all, your reaction to that, and then ask, secondly, is that going to have any impact on African-American voters?
So first, I think when you take a statement like that out of context, it is easy for that to be clickbait. But what Vice President Biden was saying is, unlike with the Latino community, where you have huge pockets, huge communities who have been Republican and have stayed Republican, the African-American community, by and large, is very loyal and has been well served by the Democratic Party. I don't think you can go anywhere in the country and find pockets of African-American Democrats, and whether or not it was inartful or not, I think that's what Vice President Biden was saying. And I think for the president to try to twist it, to try to say something else is, again, desperate and unfair.
Yeah, some people think, though, that it speaks to this idea that the Democratic Party does take the African-American vote for granted. Let me move on and ask you about the vice presidential announcement.
He didn't say anything about taking us for granted. He was just making a statement. Right.
People have suggested, though, in the past that the Democratic Party does do that. Let me move on, though, and ask you about the vice presidential announcement. Do we expect that it will be next week, and who's your money riding on?
Well, I'm not betting, but I do hope that expect it to come out next week. And what I do know is, we talk about some people saying that the Democratic Party, that takes advantage or, does not really pay attention to the African-American vote. At least the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, isn't doing dirty tricks to try to suppress the vote and get additional candidates on the ballot to try to divide the vote. African Americans don't have that to worry about with the Democratic Party.
Mayor Rawlings-Blake, it's good to talk to you. We've got to run. We're out of time. Thanks for joining us.